Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it may be. Thank you so much for joining us for Candid Conversations with Shawanna. I'm Shawanna Kendrick, your host, and today we have a wonderful woman who I have grown to love and know for just a short period of time. She has that kind of energy about her. She is a strong community advocate. She is an education phenom, if you will. She's a lover of children and family and church. And so we're just so excited about having Angel Ulmer with us today. Angel, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Oh, hello, Shawanna. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, you are so welcome. Now, Angel, I know I just gave you this grand introduction, and there's so many things that we could talk about, but I want to talk to you about COVID-19.
Mhm.
Angel, you were diagnosed or you tested positive for COVID-19 very early on in this whole experience that we're all feeling in some shape, form, or fashion. Angel, will you tell us, when did you find out and what led you to even think that you might possibly have COVID-19?
Yes, so Shawanna, I was actually March 22nd. I went to Alabama to visit my mom. That was a Sunday. So I actually went to Alabama a couple of days before. So my father passed away, last August. My mom downsized. So my brothers and I helped her move everything the 1st of March, before all this even, got started, COVID-19. So I decided to go back because the house was going on the market. So I said, Mom, I'm going to come back home. And then I had her storage key. So I told David, my husband, I need to, run to Alabama for a couple of days. And that Sunday, the 22nd, I was actually just in the house, just doing a couple of things, and I just felt like a truck had hit me. And I'm no energy. My energy just left completely. And now, in the meantime, Shawanna, I had been coughing. I had been coughing for a couple of weeks. I had a good coughing spell. My colleagues at work were telling me that it was, Angel, you need to see about that cough. And I said, no, it's just allergies. It's just allergies. My allergies are starting early. I have bad allergies anyway. So I said, I just need some more medication. It's just allergies. So I didn't think anything about it. But that Sunday, my cough was horrible. I mean, to the point I could hardly talk. And then when I felt like the truck hit me, it was horrible. So I didn't know. Of course, I didn't think about the virus at that time. I actually went back over to my mom's other place, my mom's apartment, and my mom told me, "You don't look well. You need to see about that cough." And I said, "I'm just gonna go lie down for a minute. I'll be okay." And I didn't get up to Wednesday.
You're kidding.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So when you got up, um, you called your doctor. I'm sure you did. You go to the emergency room?
Shawana, I drove back to Chattanooga. I was in Alabama.
Got it.
And drove. I called my husband, and then in the meantime, from Sunday until we had been talking. And David said, "I'm coming to get you," and no, you're not coming to get me. You don't need whatever this is because he's a cancer survivor. So I said, "I'll make it. I'm gonna make it." Of course, my brothers were calling, and my mom was just checking on me. And that Wednesday, I don't know, it was just the grace of God. I got up, took a step, I grabbed my purse and my little duffel bag, and I said, "Mama, I love you. I'll see you later." And she said, "I know you're sick." And I think my mom knew I had the virus. She said, "You're sick, but you call me. One of you call me as soon as you get home." And she wondered, I got on I-59 and called my husband. And I said, "David, I'm on 59." And I told him it was a truck in front of me. And, us, we just keep humoring everything. He said, "Follow that truck." And that truck brought me to East Brainerd Road.
Oh my goodness.
It
Wow.
was Jesus. I knew that truck. I didn't know anything else. I just knew the truck. I need to follow this truck.
Oh my
And
goodness.
David was calling. He just called. And I think he was just checking on me, maybe just to see if I was alert. So he, "Where are you now? What do you see?" And I tell him, and then I hang up and I just follow that truck. And I was going like 50. So I
Goodness.
wasn't speeding.
Oh my goodness. So once you got back to Chattanooga, and at this point, it sounds like you really don't feel well.
Um,
You are feeling as
yeah,
if, whew,
yeah, yeah.
right?
I'm sick.
So what was the next move for you once you got here to Chattanooga?
So came home that Wednesday. David took me to the hospital that Thursday. Actually, he took me to the doctor's office, and they wouldn't let you in, and they just looked at me and told me to go down the street. So they sent me to Dawson Avenue Clinic. When I got to the clinic, they looked at me and said, "We're calling Erlanger now. You take her. You go straight to ER." That's when I knew I was sick. I
Wow.
knew I was sick, but I knew something was really bad for them to look at me like that and
Uh-huh.
just say, it was almost like, get away from here, go straight to the hospital.
Wow.
David got me to Erlanger, ER. They were waiting on me. They knew I was coming. Now, this is about 9 o'clock that morning, 8:30 that Thursday morning, between 8:30 and 9. Got in ER, and they immediately started running tests on me. I had x-rays, um, you know, x-rays on my liver, my kidneys, and make sure everything was functioning well. They took a lot of blood work,
Wow.
and just there all day. I was there all day. When when the nurse came in, and the doctor came, a doctor and a nurse came in and told me, we're going to give you another test. And I didn't know about the COVID, about the test. And the doctor said, "This is Miss Ulmer. This is the coronavirus test." And I looked at him. I said, "You think I have that?" And he said, "Yes, you have. We know you have that. We can look at you and tell." I'm like, "Oh my God, I must really be sick."
Wow.
And
Wow.
then, proceeded to give me the test. And that was about, I don't know, it was dark, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And about 9:30, I remember the nurse coming back in and saying, "I just called your husband and he's coming to pick you up."
Wow. And
Yeah.
again, this is very early on in coronavirus hitting the US and especially hitting our area, Hamilton County, Tennessee. Um, what were your thoughts when they told you you have the coronavirus? What
I,
went through your mind?
I was dying. I just thought I was about to die. Actually, when David picked me up, I said, "Well, I probably have the virus, and I'm not gonna get emotional." But I said, "You know what to do, because I'm finna leave." It was, I felt that bad. I mean, I felt horrible. So I was sure. I am so grateful that I'm still here. It's just for people to not take it as serious as they should. It amazes me.
Thank you. And we are so grateful that you're still here. We're so grateful. I love you so much, Angel. And I
I
know
love
this
you
is,
too.
people are probably saying, well, she shouldn't be saying, I love Angel Ulmer. And I'm so grateful that you're here. When I first heard, it was actually during a church announcement. And at that time, church was still closed. And um, I heard our pastor mention your name and to be in prayer for you, and that you wanted everyone to know that you had been diagnosed with the
Yeah.
coronavirus. And so I applaud you and I thank you for being so open and honest about your experience and what you've been through thus far. Um, Walk us through what it's been like since you went home that night up until now. I'm sure you've gone through a number of different emotions
Oh
and
yes.
physical changes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yes. So when David got me home, of course, I had to quarantine. So he got me in, my bedroom, and with all my stuff, everything I needed. And when the nurse put me in the car, she told David, make sure she takes a Tylenol in the morning and a Tylenol at night. So that's all you could take, as a Tylenol. Now I still take a Tylenol every. I just take one every morning. I just take a Tylenol, just make sure. But I came in, and Shawanna, I just got into bed and didn't move. I couldn't move for it was just excruciating pain. Not only did I have, of course, in Alabama, the fatigue hit me. I had the coughing spell. I had immediately my taste was gone, my smell was gone. So I guess you could say I had the classic symptoms then. But after that hospital visit, I was aching. I was aching much worse than I was aching before I went. The aches and pains, I mean, from your feet onto your head, everything just hurts, I was in a fetal position, just in pain and just crying out to God. I mean, coughing, didn't know if I could cough. My oxygen level was low. So that just really freaked me out to know I'm gonna go home and I have low oxygen level and then I have asthma. So on top of all that, I just truly went to Jesus because I knew I was leaving here. No, couldn't do anything. I mean, you don't feel like doing anything, and of course, I couldn't eat. David made me eat a popsicle. I ate a popsicle for 7 days, and I mean, just a popsicle. And he kept saying, "You got to have a popsicle. You got to." And I said, "I don't want that." I mean, to the point. If I got up, I had my little bell, so I would ring my little bell for him if I needed something. But I barely rang the bell because I didn't want to. I didn't feel like moving. It's just in a lethargic state, and your mind is just everywhere. So to the point where if I had to go to the restroom or something, David would come get me, and then he had the nerve to say, "Let's walk." I'm like, "Walk?" You know, he want, he said, "Let's go to the kitchen." Are you kidding me? That is too far. I'm going back to this room. I mean, plenty of times I was like, I can't stand you. I'm mad at you because you're trying to make me walk.
Wow.
Get back in that bed, and I just stayed. He had music playing for me on my little iPod in my room, and I had some jazz going, and I had a little gospel playing, and Shawanna, I just pray. I just talking to Jesus because I asked Jesus to breathe for me. It was just that bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you could compare it to anything that you've ever experienced,
Oh,
is there anything that compares?
no.
Wow.
No. People say I hear people saying, well, it's just the flu, or it's similar to the flu. No. It's 10 times worse than the flu. No. I've had the flu several times. I've had pneumonia before. It was a slight case of pneumonia, but it's nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Wow.
Completely incapacitates your whole body.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
So where are we today? Because you look amazing. You do not look like, people say you don't look like what you've been through.
woo,
You do not look like what you have just described to us.
praise God.
I know.
God, I'm telling you. So, the health department back then, you had your test. You had to wait 5 days, to get your results. So actually, it was ironic. The day the health department called was the day that I could move and actually roll over and walk. When the health department called me, I was sitting up. And the lady from the health department called, they tell you who they are. And then she said, I just want you to know you have a positive test. Your test is positive. And I'm going to be keeping in touch with you. You call me. I had her cell number if you need anything. And she was wonderful. Of course, my brother-in-law works for the health department too, Bill. And he was checking on me all day, every night, calling David. What's her temp, because we were checking temperature checks every day. We still take temperature checks sometimes just to take them, just to make sure. But we would take temperature checks. Of course, I had my mask on. I had gloves on if I was out of my room,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then after she was telling me everything I needed to do. You just take your Tylenol in the morning, take a Tylenol in the evening, try to sit up, try to walk around. And that is really the key to the virus, not to just get stagnant or just lay down. And my brothers kept saying, you got to move. You do. You really have to move because that pneumonia is setting in. And the more you move, you're not just lying there and letting it build up, the fluid build up in your lungs.
Gotcha.
So actually, after talking with her, I said, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, I figured that anyway. I knew how sick I was. So I listened to her, got all my instructions and everything, and I continued to just sit up and just do what she said, and still didn't have a great appetite, and I still don't have a big appetite. I'll eat." And of course, I lost weight, and I tell people now, well, I gained all that weight that I gained it back now. Of course, working remotely and enjoying my little chips or my popcorn at home, my little snacks. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So do you have any idea where you might have contracted the coronavirus?
Shawanna, I have racked my brain. And that was one of the things later the health department told me. She said, my little caseworker, she said, don't stress on trying to remember where you were. But I think I pinpointed it. I think I was at the church where father, and I'm trying to think of the father's name, the church downtown.
Brad Whitaker.
That's it.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was at the church. I went to a meeting on March 2nd after work. And I'm thinking, actually, a friend of mine was at that meeting and she sent an email out. She sent an email and she said, I want you to know, we were at this building, this may have, and I'm like, oh no, I'm just coughing from allergies. I don't have that.
In denial, still in denial.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm thinking, if you look at that time, March 2nd was a Monday, and then the incubation time for the illness, and that when I got sick March 22nd, I'm thinking it may have been there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but no concrete evidence,
right?
But I really think so.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give those who are skeptical? Because we're still in a state where the numbers are continuing to rise. And of course, we know about the ongoing debates over, well, testing is up. So, of course, the numbers will be up. It's possibly still spreading because people aren't adhering to social distancing guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
What message do you have for those on both sides of the fence?
Take precautions. I mean, wear your mask, wash your hands, keep the hand sanitizer with you. I keep it with me at all times. Work, home, is everywhere. It's in every room, even in the house. Wear your gloves, but just take precautions. Do the social distancing. We don't even go out. We go out, but we just go out minimally. I haven't even gone to a restaurant yet to sit down in a restaurant. And I know, okay, I've got to go eat sometime out, but we're doing fine cooking at home. But you just have to take precautions. It's real. And my message is just take precautions because you don't want this. you don't want to be this sick. And, Shawanna, I guess it bothers me a little bit we have over 130,000 people dead from this. So you just wonder, what are people thinking about? They don't believe it, but
Right.
it's unreal. It is unreal.
Right.
So just take precautions. Really watch and just and encourage people to get tested. I talk to people about getting tested. I've been to a couple of testing sites, and I'm super super excited because I got tested the 2 weeks ago. Got my test results back last week, and that was my first negative test. I've had several tests and my tests have been inconclusive. And I mean, so when the health department calls, I'm talking to the people from the health department, what's inconclusive? You still have a little virus left in you, but it's not enough to actually detect the virus. But it's a little left. I'm like, what? When is this going to leave me?
Wow.
So,
And
yeah,
you say 2 weeks ago, two
yeah.
weeks ago, we were
This
in late June. And so
is
you were first diagnosed in early March.
March. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So that really kept me at a distance from, I'm really social distancing and I still am. But I said, I don't feel comfortable just really going around people until I get a negative test. Of course, now, you need to keep getting a negative test.
Right.
So I
Right.
hope to, be tested in a couple of more weeks. I try it again and just see where I am.
Oh, wow. Now, how often do you get tested, Angel?
They encourage me since I've had the virus before, every 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Every 2 or 3 weeks. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I will in a couple of more weeks. It's been about 2 weeks already. So in a couple of more weeks, I said I will. I go back and get another test just to see where I am.
Wow.
Just to keep up.
I hear you. I hear you. And I will go ahead and let everyone know. Yes, I have been tested for COVID-19. You don't have to tell me, but one time to social distance because I am already an introvert. So when you tell me to stay at home, oh, okay, it's no problem. But I will say that I did wait a while before I got tested, and I was thrilled to go and get tested finally, and my results were negative. I do plan to kind of periodically get tested Because I still do, I run errands. I go to grocery stores. I go and, I fill up my gas tank. At this point, it's probably once a month. But, and even with that, I'm taking the necessary precautions. I
Right.
just know that we don't know enough at this
Exactly.
point.
Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
for my liking. We don't know enough.
Exactly. That's why it's called the novel virus. It's
Yeah.
so new. There's not, we don't have research on this. There's no data to tell us anything about this yet. So they're, of course, in the process of collecting everything now, but it's not. I'm like you. It's not. There's not enough research to tell me exactly what I need to do. So I'm just gonna take precautions.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Well, Angel, thank you so much for just being
Thank
open and
you.
honest about what you have experienced. Is there
Thank
anything else you would like to share with us and this audience before we go?
I just want the audience to take it seriously. Take it seriously. Do everything you need to do to take care of yourselves, and not be selfish. I was explaining. I've been trying to explain wearing the mask to a couple of friends, and you're protecting yourself from other people, but you're protecting them too. But then we all leave work and our other environments and go home to other people. So you have other people to care about, and you have other people who are with you. So you want to make sure everything you're doing, you're just not doing for you, but you're doing for your family and friends.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Angel. I
Thank you,
appreciate you and I'm
Anna.
so grateful
Mhm.
that you are doing as well as you're doing. You look beautiful. I love
Thank
this hair. Oh my
you.
gosh. But thank you so much. And
Thank you.
you're so welcome. And thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We will have another candid conversation at some point in the near future. It may be a live candid conversation with yours truly. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.